And let's talk a little bit about sales training, including how to deal with objections. What do you see as the impact of this investment or lack thereof? How does that affect the end result?
Well, again, very, very few builders are investing in sales training or conducting sales training. So it's about 20%. 1 in 5 of builders actually invest time or money. And that could be a consequence of the market conditions, where sales have been relatively easy over the last couple of years. And I guess they've been too busy actually selling, or their sales team have been too busy selling without the need to learn why they're not selling.
I remember I was at the International Builder Show in the speaker ready room. I think you might have been there too. And I was talking to some sales trainers that were there, and they said, all of a sudden, about October of last year, their phone started to ring again. And they said, I think it'd be a good idea if I started training my salespeople. And the reply was, do you think? So, and by the way, going back to answer the question, the percentage of builders, if you average it across the 4 countries, it's 52% that do charge for a quote. A little over 50% are doing it right, and the other 48% or 47% are still giving it away.
Yeah, and I'm pretty certain that is a growing figure year on year.
Absolutely. And as I like to tell, my clients I'm talking to, and I'm trying to say, hey, you should be doing this. And I said, if you position yourself as you are a builder, or I think the worst terminology we give ourselves is general contractor. I actually came up with this quote. I thought it was quite catchy, that if you position yourself as a general contractor, you attract people interested in the lowest price, because there's no niche, there's no specialty to it. It's just you're just a generalist. Whereas when you ask for a quote, instead of positioning yourself as a builder, position yourself as a consultant or an advisor. It's because your client or prospective client, they understand if they want to go to their attorney, they have to pay to get information. If they go to their accountant, they pay. If they go to their doctor, they're paying. And those are all advisors in their life. So if you become their new home advisor or their remodeling advisor and say, I am going to go through this process in order to provide you good, accurate information that you can make a well-informed choice, it clicks with a lot of people. And I said, the key is very simple, is that as long as the client or the prospective client feels like they're getting more in return than you're asking for in payment, they will always say yes. It's just a matter of telling the right story and the right positioning. And if they feel like, yeah, you know what, you're going to charge me $5,000, I'm going to get $10,000 in return. The sale is made.
I saw an interesting study, and it was a tire shop where the guy behind the counter actually come out in a white overall, clean white overall, just like a surgeon or a doctor. And it led to a measurable decrease in people querying the price. So I think that backs up everything you're saying there, Rick. It's all about the presentation, the communication, the perception. Yeah, you can command these professional fees, but you have to act the part as well.
And sometimes separate yourself. I mean, you talk about design, build. Let's separate ourselves as part of the design / quotation process versus the building process. And as we talked about in Las Vegas, let's position ourselves as, hire me to do this first part. If you like, in other words, let's date before we get married. If you like me, if you trust me, if you see the value of what I'm providing, you're happy with the results, the expectations are then that you'll have the same part when we actually get married and you sign the contract and we actually do the work and build the home or remodel the home.
Spot on. That's where the margins are. It's why we always coach our members to transition from being builders to being design and construct companies.